Greetings and salutations, my operators, and welcome to Fate Grand Order, the Atlantis Lost Belt. Well, Lost Belt number 5, Atlantis. So today we are going to, 1, read through the story mode, and 2, have go for a challenge mode where I use only Grand Servants and MASH. So I won't be using Waver, I won't be using Reigns. I will be using Merlin because he's a Grand Servant technically. Quote unquote. He claims to be a Grand Servant. But yeah, for every time I have the ability to use my own party of servants, I will be using only my Grand Servants. And support will be also a Grand Servant. Which will be Super Orion because I don't have him. So anyways, let's read through the story, because I technically skipped all of it to get the 10 quartz when that event was going on. Alright, let's start. Prologue Intro, 5-1.
Good morning, Senpai! Is your formal dress all ready? Ready to go? I know it's been a long 2 weeks since we got back from the Indian Lost Belt. But today, they're finally supposed to finish making modifications to the shadow border and complete construction on the new Nautilus that has the shadow border as its core. I can't wait to see what it looks like once they let us back into the dock at 9 AM. I remember Captain was very particular about having us, quote, wake up at the crack of dawn and remain on standby until further notice. Which just makes me that much more curious. Ahem. Testing. Everything good with this mic? Hey guys, can you hear me? Are my dulcet tones carrying clearly to your waiting ears? Tomlin, Kawata, Octavia, Chin, Cayenne, Elron, Marcus, Manure, Director Gordoff, Mash, and last but not least, Barrow Draco. As the 11 staff members of Novum Chaldea, your patience has been much appreciated. Now come down to the dock and meet our brand new ship. That's right. It's time for us to launch It's time for the launch ceremony for Captain Nemo's Nautilus.
I've been talking for 2 minutes, my nose already stuffed up.
Hey! Thanks for coming to celebrate with us. We're so lucky we got to put the Nautilus together in a secret underground dock like this. Congratulations, guys! We deserve it! I can't wait till we can set sail. Congratulations to you too, Barrow Draco and Mash. You guys are gonna be there for tomorrow's test voyage too, right? Oh man, I can't. It's gonna be so much fun. I wonder if we can still fire torpedoes in the Void Sea. Master, do you know why there are so many Nemos here?
It's a whole series of Nemos. The Nemo series.
Hey!
Oops.
Hey, who said you could leave your post? You're making a mockery of the launch ceremony, damn it! Marines, line up! Ah! Look out, guys! Captain's all mad! Come on, let's all line up! Now that's more like it! Now, roll call! Nemo Marine, reporting for duty. I'm in charge of the deck, and I want you to requisition me a new mop. Nemo Marine, reporting for duty. I'm in charge of loading the really heavy torpedoes. Will somebody trade posts with me? Nemo Marine, reporting for duty. I'm in charge of the computer room, and I'm still not sure taking notes by hand is really the best idea. Nemo Marine, reporting for duty. I'm in charge of cleaning the kitchen and bathrooms. A clean ship is a happy ship. Nemo Marine, reporting for duty. I'm in charge of...
And just keep going, wow.
Well, whoa!
That's enough, damn it! I was a bit overwhelmed with all the new information even before this parade of identical faces. What is the meaning of this, Captain? Since when do you have so many damn subordinates?
That's as silly as asking a... Oh wow, I don't know that word. Fluvial sculpin why it swims upstream, Gordoff. The Marines are clones, or instances of me who specialize in different operations. Having a large crew is an essential part of any voyage. I didn't make the Marines for you guys, I made them solely to help the ship, and the ship is where they'll stay. You could say they're animated metaphors for my mental support structure. They're fully autonomous, possible alternative versions of me who... Thank you, Captain. I will take it from here. You have many talents, but explaining things is clearly not one of them. You see, the ability Captain is using to make these clones belong to neither Nemo, the heroic spirit, nor Triton, the divine spirit. Those of us at the Atlas Institute use a technique called memory partition as a part of our basic thought processes. So I gave the Captain the ability to use it when I formed a contract with him. Essentially, it lets you, well, partition your brain so that you can have multiple cells processing different things simultaneously. In Captain's case, that resulted in him gaining the ability to create multiple physical cells that all act with complete autonomy. In other words, all the work pertaining to running a ship that Captain Nemo has been doing by himself to date. Or perhaps more accurately, all the work he has been wishing to do but was thus far unable to carry out due to a lack of personnel, is now being carried out all by these other Nemos thanks to the evolution he independently achieved.
Wow, talk about a hard worker.
Aye aye, sir! Though of course, we all have to do whatever the Captain tells us to do. So there's going to be lots and lots of Nemos working on aboard the Nautilus then. Well, the number of Marines will change depending on the circumstances. Also, the Marines aren't the only other Nemos in my Nemo series. I'll introduce you to them properly when the time is right, but for now, there's Nemo Professor whose job is to analyze situations, come up with plans, and conduct scientific research. Next, there's Nemo Baker, the cook who will be in charge of preparing everyone's meals. All these roles are particularly important, of course, but hers stands out in particular. Oh. Then there's Nemo Engineer, who's... Cantankerous. You'd never believe she was me. She'll just as soon throw a wrench at you as you look at you. What? Oh. She'll just as soon throw a wrench at you as look at you. Those along with the Marines are the crew I'll be taking along this run to run the ship. The only downside is that bringing the boarder aboard the new Nautilus means there won't be any room for a bakery, so I won't be calling Baker. No Baker? Oh man, that's a real shame. Still, it's looking more and more like a real submarine, isn't it? When are you going to take it out for a test drive, Captain? Oh, I'd like to do that no later than tomorrow. We'll need to cross an ocean from the Age of Gods in this next Lost Belt, so I have to make sure everything is ship's shape, figuratively speaking. Is there a tag for like speech impediment? However, the only ones who'll be coming with me are Mash and Barrel Draco. The rest of you will be staying here. What? Why? We have a reason, Manuel. Sorry, it just wasn't in the cards this time. While Captain Mash and Barrel Draco are out there testing the Nautilus, the rest have our work cut out for us getting ready to infiltrate the Atlantic Lost Belt. Developing the ultra-long-range lenses, doubling and tripling the Nautilus's defense systems, reinforcing Bail Draco's mystic codes, fine-tuning Mash's Ortonix. Basically, Minura, we all have an absolute ton of things to do here. We just don't have the time to spare for you to be wasting your magecraft expertise on a submarine test drive. Damn it! Of all the rotten luck! If I had known it was going to hold me back this one day, I would have stolen my magical crest and gotten out of the magecraft game long ago. That's the boldest statement I ever heard in a long time. But in the case you need a reminder, if you weren't a mage, you would never have been hired at Chaldea in the first place. So how about you just resign yourself to helping the technical advisors like a good lackey, and let me take responsibility for what is sure to be a delightful Nautilus test drive. You sure, Gordy? You do know they're going for a test drive in the Void Sea, not the Wandering Sea, right? Yes. As I was saying, I will let Bail Draco handle it, as I have a lot of, directory work I need to do myself. Yes, quite a lot indeed. Then it's settled. This afternoon, I'll be holding a class to explain all about Nautilus's equipment and facilities, as well as what to do in case of emergencies. Then tomorrow, Bail Draco, Mash, and Captain will take it out for a test drive. While they're off doing that, the rest of us will be getting things ready here at the Wandering Sea for our infiltration of the Atlantic Lost Belt. It'll probably take around 7 days to wrap everything up, so this could be your last chance to relax on standby for a while. Make sure you're all well rested so that you can give your best for what's to come. Right! That goes for you too, Da Vinci. Ooh, just goes right to the next one. That's nice. Okay, that took 12 minutes. My journey is drawing to an end. It won't be long now before I arrive at my destination in southern Nevada. Not that it'll change anything once I get there. I certainly won't be getting a reward for my troubles. Nor do I have a home to return to, or enough fuel to get me there even if I did. The only point this journey ever had was to get where I was going. Well, no, that may be technically accurate, but it's still not quite right. Let me be clear, so I don't invite any misunderstandings. When I say I don't have a home to return to, I don't mean that in the heartless, cold-blooded bastard sense. My home may be gone now, but I still remember it clearly, and as long as I have those memories, I'll never feel the pain of his loss. See, since I was born, I had the ability, for better or worse, to recall anything I've ever seen in perfect detail. It's called hyperthymesia, though it's more commonly known as superior autobiographical memory. My friends consider it a disability and sympathize with the drawbacks, but scientists consider it a gift. It drove me insane when I was a kid. At some points, it caused me to hate cities and people in general. When I grew up, I left the city behind and started living a much quieter life out in a village near the mountains. As a result, I've only spent about a third of my life in busy urban areas, so I'm not really overburdened with memories of those places. Oops. Still, my memories are just as clear now as they ever were. I can still see the friends I used to hang out with smiling and laughing as if they were right here with me. Of course, that includes the beautiful scenery and the stars that used to twinkle bright all across the nighttime sky. Maybe that's why I couldn't shake my doubts about why this happened the way it did. Something just seemed off. I don't mean the Earth's surface being bleached white. I mean it feels like something even bigger has changed. But in a way I can't put my finger on it. Whatever it is, I've noticed it at different points during this journey.
There was something different about the skies above Russia, Scandinavia, China, India. Whatever it was, they weren't the same skies I'd seen before. There must be some other change occurring in places I'm not privy to. Or maybe some other humans beside me are struggling to fight back. Maybe they're doing their best to retake this world, this planet, this universe for humanity, even as I speak. Unfortunately, as intriguing as that possibility is, those places are much too far away for me to make a detour, and I have precious little time left as it is. I ran out of food yesterday, and my bike's not going to last much longer either. Once again, once I reach my destination, my journey is over. It would be nice if whoever's causing these changes taking place around the world were to stop by the States. Did I read that right? It would be nice if whoever's causing these changes taking place around the world were to stop by the States. But I doubt anyone who's lost as hard as me and the rest of humanity have anything close to that kind of good luck left. What a strange feeling. Even if this is the end for me, in multiple senses, it still feels good to achieve the goal I set for myself. Why did humanity die out? Why did these alien invaders show up? Why did they conquer us by bleaching the earth white? My heart is racing at the prospect of possibly uncovering the answers to these and all the other mysteries. I've arrived at the US Air Force Base, once known as Area 51. It's the one place, the only part of the texture on the entire planet that managed to evade the bleaching. The sheer secrecy surrounding this place led to all sorts of rumors, about high-tech experiments and training being conducted here, but you'd never know that looking at it now. Not only are there no survivors here, there's not so much as a single piece of cutting-edge equipment. Any seaplanes and armored tanks that may have been here before are long gone. And since there's no power, I doubt I'll be able to stock up on food or water either. On the plus side, the buildings are mostly untouched, so at least I shouldn't have to go shifting through rubble. I can't believe it. Rain clouds cropped up here out of nowhere. I guess it means it still rains in the last area on Earth that hasn't been bleached away. I pushed my excitement down to keep it from getting the better of me, and began carefully making my way through the base. The rain clouds that cropped up in the skies overhead stuck around the whole time I was there. I learned several things from my expedition into the inside of the base, the part completely cut off from the outside world. I wish I could offer my own personal insights on what I found, but since I'm running low on both time and energy, I'll have to stick to just the facts. The base did in fact contain an alien life form. 2018, Subject E, relocation. 2018, initiate Subject E, examination. According to the documents I found, this subject had flown to New Mexico in the year 2018. The craft it had been piloting either burned up when it entered Earth's atmosphere, or was possibly destroyed by the subject itself, according to a handwritten note, leaving the subject completely exposed upon its discovery. The injuries sustained during its emergency landing had left it critically wounded and near death. But by flash freezing it, the Air Force managed to preserve its life functions. They then brought it to this base. All the other recordings pertaining to the subject can be summed up in a single word: gruesome. The scientists performed all kinds of tests, experiments, and surgeries in order to keep this alien visitor alive. They conducted clinical trials with different types of medicine. They tested every known substance on Earth to see how it would react. They observed reactions that correspond to pain,
They observed reactions that correspond to joy. To measure its endurance, they stopped supplying it with nutrients. They then tried burning it, freezing it, melting it, attaching things to it. They stirred its intestines around, cut off parts of its body, measured signals from the organ that they thought was its brain. They performed all of this research, what could also be called the very crystallization of human history, on the subject while it was still living. It didn't take long for the surgical procedures meant to resuscitate the subject to morph into brutally exploitative experiments. And since the cells taken from the subject's samples were made up of elements that didn't exist anywhere on the planet, it wasn't hard to imagine that further research could eventually lead to military and civilian applications. Truth be told, that was where the top brass's true interest lied. After all, ever since the turn of the 20th century, the energy race between nations had only continued to pick up speed. And there was now an insurmountable gap between industrialized nations and developing ones. I could tell from poring over the documents that they began with the best of intentions. They wanted their research to result in a better life for every person on Earth, to help humanity move past its endless squabbling for wealth and forge ahead with new, loftier goals. However, Area 51's researchers didn't see things the same way. With every experiment they ran, they became more and more certain that the subject was emitting a constant, unknown signal. It was calling for help. So they thought if they kept running experiments on it, if they kept inflicting greater levels of pain on it, even more potential test subjects were bound to show up. Oh, chills. Absolute chills. That's why this all happened. This wasn't a natural disaster. It was a man-made one. But is that truly the reason? I finally know why those trees came here. Now, I just have to confirm one last thing. Was this the true cause? Was there really a Subject E here, at this base? I have to see it for myself. And I have to do it before I die of malnutrition. It took me several days to discover that door. E reference room, a secret area that had been built even further underneath the base's underground structure. I managed to open the door and make my way inside the sealed off passageway. I can already tell there's something here. This is it. This is where I'll find the answers I've been seeking. There's just something different about the air in this passageway that makes it all too clear. My instruments aren't picking up anything unusual, even though the passageway itself is like something from another world, entirely removed from what we think of as reality. I know this passageway is made out of iron and steel, but it feels like I'm walking on pulsating jelly. I make my way across the simultaneously hard, soft, warm, cold floor, one careful step at a time. My body temperature is dropping like a stone. I can barely breathe. My consciousness is hanging by a thread. I can't even remember how many days it's been since I last had something to eat or drink. Soon, I won't even have enough energy left to talk into this recorder. But I can't stop now. I have to find the answers before I die. Answers that I'm sure lie just beyond this passage. The only sound that escaped my lips was a quiet gasp of shock. It was the most retro room I could have imagined. If I hadn't known better, I would never have thought it was located in the middle of one of the most high-tech bases on Earth. And yet, there it is, on top of the exam table. A bizarre thing that resembles nothing so much as a dead tree. Jesus Christ! Hey there. It's about time you showed up, Blue Book. Oh. Who was that? Who shot Blue Book? Oh, the mysteries. That's all I've got to report. Any other questions? It's nothing like you, Pepe. Didn't you always used to tell us we should act our cheeriest when we've lost? Unless, of course, you don't consider the Indian Lost Belt disappearing a loss at all. My, I see that at least your sharp tongue has managed a full recovery, Caddock. Alrighty then, let me rephrase. Not only did I get in a fight with my Lost Belt's king, my very own servant washed his hands of me. And I had to run all the way here with my tail between my legs after Chaldea, our sworn enemy, saved my life. Clearly, I'm clearly the best crypter. But at least the roasted bananas were super yummy. Never mind, I take it back. You're as cheery as ever. Now shut up already, will you? That's our pepperoncino. Besides, it's still too soon to declare yourself a loser. Knowing you must have gotten in their good graces, right? There's more to a death match than just slipping a knife between the other guy's ribs. Getting your opponent attached to you is a pro-level long game move. So, the way things are going, I'm betting their next destination will be their last. Am I right? Oh yes. This next one will settle things once and for all. They won't be going to your Lost Belt. I mean, now they have a ship. They're all but certain to come here. Even though that practically guarantees their demise. Well, damn. That's real brave of them. Gotta give them props for that. Hats off to you, Chaldea. We couldn't have asked for a bear guy to fill in the last seat. What was his name again? Who cares? Like it makes a difference. To me, anyway. Point is, this next drink's for you, Master What's-His-Face. You must be feeling real good about yourself now that you've strangled 4 innocent Lost Belts in their proverbial cradles. We can't be sure. We can't be sure the Chaldeans. The Chaldeans come to the Atlantic Lost Belt yet. Who knows? Maybe they'll end up gunning for you next, Barrel. So if you got time to make shitty, tasteless analogies, maybe you ought to spend it getting ready for them. Huh? You serious, Gaddock? You really think I might be next? Are you feeling okay? What are you talking about? I'm just saying it's possible that... Oh. Krishtara hadn't told you? Well, hey, since all the alter egos aren't here at the moment, so we don't have to worry about them, you mind if I tell them myself, boss? No. This directly concerns the next phase of the plan, so I'll fill them in myself.
Seifert, the Tree of Emptiness in Barrel's English Lost Belt, has already been felled. I secretly asked Barrel to see to it that the English Lost Belt would go away on its own accord. It's already been felled? Then, you're saying the English Lost Belt doesn't exist anymore? Nope. It'll fall apart and disappear real soon now. And for the record, you have no idea how hard it was to pull that off. The English Lost Belt, or the British Lost Belt as they like to put it, has like 1,000 phantasmal beasts for every one of the few humans there. And you can easily find yourself in a whole different world with completely different rules if you go just a little way down the path. It's a hellish wonderland, and coming from me, a guy who was raised in the UK. That's saying something. Should I give him like a Cockney accent? So it wasn't easy sweet talking them cutting down the Tree of Emptiness themselves. They're probably cussing my name to hell and gone for tricking them right about now. Not that'll do them any good. That's pretty Australian, I guess. Is that true? Because unless my eyes are playing tricks on me, I'm pretty sure I can still see a wall of light around the English Lost Belt. Yes, I've seen it too, but even so, the English Tree of Emptiness is most assuredly gone. Once the Tree of Emptiness grows tall enough to reach the stratosphere, their branches start to interfere with one another, resulting in a kind of network. And we haven't seen a single signal from Seifert for a few days now. I doubt it will be long before the accursed wall of light, the world's end, follows suit and disappears as well. Alright then, next question. Why'd you get rid of the English Lost Belt like this? I thought our Lost Belts were only supposed to fight each other once their territories made contact. It just goes to show that there are exceptions to every rule. Kadok. This may be difficult for you to understand, since you have no way of knowing how deep London's, that is to say, the Clock Tower's abyss runs. But the English Lost Belt is the only one that cannot be allowed to remain. Nothing good could ever come from it. Not for us, and not for the foreign god. However, the foreign god knows nothing of this planet's history, and we have no way to explain. We can't even say anything to the priestess, as her role is purely observational. All that aside, Kadok and Pepperoncino. The fact remains that I should have told you about this, and I didn't. For that, I am sorry. No point apologizing about it at this point. I still don't like it, but at least I'm in the loop now. Same here. Besides, I'd already figured out that Barrel was up to something. But you know, Kirishtaria, all that said, does that mean your Tree of Emptiness is the only one still operating? Don't be ridiculous. Have you forgotten about David's Lost Belt? That leaves two. I guess the only problem with that is I can't see anything that looks like a Tree of Emptiness anywhere around South America. So I take it that means that all the branches connected to the canopy covering the sky are from the Atlantic Lost Tree then? Good grief. I really can't get anything past you, can I, Pepe? That is correct. My Tree of Emptiness is the only one receiving the blessing of the foreign god's earth-covering canopy. What's more, my Tree of Emptiness has also grown to complete maturity. Once we confirm the English Lost Belt's disappearance, our plan will enter its final stage. The canopy hasn't only been absorbing the Earth's mana, it's also been soaking up all manners of cosmic rays, the kind that the Earth's magnetic field usually deflects. we will focus the entirety of that combined energy onto a single point, thereby enabling the foreign god to descend upon this planet. From there, the changeover should be swift and all-encompassing. The old world will perish. A new world will be established on this planet. And I will be the last human left.
There he goes talking about a big game again. You sure that's all gonna go off without a hitch, Wood Dime? The more time you spend grandstanding like some kind of puffed up royal, the more chances they'll have to show up and ruin everything.
I'm well aware of that, Kadok. Chaldea has always taken keen advantage of their opponent's negligence and pride to turn the tide in their favor. Which is why I sent out all the strongest forces at my command to the Atlantic. That's also why you haven't seen Canis here.
I wasn't worried or anything. Knowing you, I figured you'd have all your bases covered.
So it would seem, wouldn't it? Then we might as well just sit back and see what Kirish Tariel got. In that case, I'll keep mooching around here, just like Kadok's been. How about you, Barrow, if you stick around in the English Lost Belt?
Hey, you don't gotta tell me. If I stuck around there, it'd just be a matter of time before they came from my head. Barrel, when did you?
My, so you already long since flown the coop. I should have figured you knew exactly what you were doing.
Right? But seriously, I was downright terrified out there. I was all like, I can't take this crazy island anymore. I'm getting out of here while I still can. Then I jumped off a cliff into the ocean and had Canis come pick me up. Oh, and get a load of this. You guys never believe what I went through over there. See, that Lost Belt was home to a princess who knew nothing, and I do mean nothing, about the ways of the world. So I figured I could take advantage of her in all sorts of ways if I got in her good graces. But she had her... her head up in fairy tale land way more than I could imagine. I mean, clinging. Even when she found out I was a human spy, she didn't bat a damn eye. She just snuggled right up against me, saying things like, I will follow you into the bowels of hell itself. I mean, how stupid can you get? She knew I'd ruined her whole damn nation, and she didn't even care. How am I supposed to deal with something like that? It's beyond ridiculous. Take it from me, Kadok. Don't go putting moves on royalty unless you're sure you know what you're doing. Piss off! Don't you pull that big brother shit on me now. Besides, I'm never putting any moves on royalty again.
Wait, again? Did you say again, Kadok? Had some experience with royalty then, have we? Ooh, I can tell this is going to be the best news I've heard in forever. Tell me everything. Don't spare a single juicy detail.
Forget it. Nothing to tell. If you don't have anything useful to say, then keep your mouth shut for once. Hey now, you can't expect us not to care about something like this, right? I mean, it's not like romantic escapades are a regular thing for you. Come on, Pepperoncino, this calls for a change of venue. Hell, we can even call Kion Sakya in on this.
Ooh, I'm so in. Right now, I don't care what it might cost to coax some juicy secret tidbits out of Koyasaka.
Fine, go ahead and drink yourself silly. I'm going back to my room. Ah, come on, we're just having a bit of fun, Kadok. Lighten up for a change. Now, how about you show me where I can find a nice place to hang around? Hell, we just got here. But I know this Atlantic Lost Belt is supposed to be amazing.
Woohoo! If this is any indication, we shouldn't have to worry about Barrel for a while. Though I do hope the scent of blood will eventually wash off him. Anyway, let me know if anything changes, Wood Dime. I might not be too useful, but I'm sure there's still something I could do to help out. Now then. Perhaps it's time you consider sharing your own opinions before I make my final move, Priestess. This could be your last chance, seeing as the foreign god's disciples have yet even realized that I have my own goals in all this. You must have seen the adjustments I made to my Tree of Emptiness, along with my interests along with the way my interests align with Zeus's, even if our conclusions differ. But somehow, in spite of all that, you continue to do nothing. Very well then. I will not waste more time asking why you continue to insist on observing rather than acting. Nobody knows if the foreign god truly exists. Not even the disciples have ever seen them. No, the fact is, not even they have any means of determining what the foreign god's true intentions may be. The foreign god is truly a god of emptiness. I cannot in good conscience leave mankind's fate to such a being. I will eliminate Chaldea, watch over Zeus until he passes, and establish the Tree of Emptiness as reality. So continue to stay back and observe, void shaped like a priestess. Nobody else is left. I alone shall realize the future you failed to create. Oh, there it is. I need to clear. I'm like getting real stuffed up. Do I shake this? Ugh. 5 days after the Nautilus test drive. I see you're all here ahead of the operation start time. Very good. Master Barrow Draco, servants, Mash Curelight. As of this moment, Chaldea will assume its first battle station. And I don't want to hear any whining about how we're starting the operation 2 days ahead of schedule. Captain reported that the Nautilus test drive in void space concluded safely. So I trust you're all prepared for the genuine article then. Yes, sir.
Yes, Director. We're completely over our seasickness and we are ready to begin the operation at any time.
I'm sorry about this, everyone. But Gordolf is right. The situation is dire. There was a change yesterday in the branches of the Tree of Emptiness that we believe now covers the entire Earth. These branches were previously circulating magical energy between them, like a network, but now they have begun funneling that energy towards the center of the Atlantic. We don't yet know what this phenomenon signifies, but
whatever it is, we can be certain that energy is being stockpiled for use in a large-scale magecraft ritual. Currently, the amount of energy we have measured is already equal to that used for Gotea's incineration of humanity. While we are unable to observe the Lost Bell's interior, Trismegistus already declared is a disaster on a global scale. I therefore recommend that this anomaly, that is the Atlantic Lost Bell's Tree of Emptiness, be dealt with as swiftly as possible.
I'm gonna mute the mic a little bit. Yeah, me too. Okay. Yeah, blow my nose. I get really stuffed up.
A magecraft ritual on the same scale as the incineration of humanity. Then that would mean... Yep, the foreign gods descending to Earth. Every data fragment we've gathered up to this point is pointing directly towards that inescapable conclusion. That being said, we still don't know what this foreign god is, whether they really are a god. Or hell, whether or not they even exist in the first place. Sorry for being so useless.
But there's no need to apologize for that, Da Vinci. You can't help that we have so little information to work with. It's not your skill sets that's the problem, it's the damn cryptors for not giving us anything to go on. Though, of course, it's also seems like they don't know any more about the foreign god than we do. I expect the only cryptid who does know the truth is their leader. Hestia would die. Not to worry. I expect that too will be made quite clear over the course of this operation. Both the English Lost Belt and the South American Lost Belt currently appear to be stagnant, with neither showing any further signs of expanding their territory. Therefore, as we have previously discussed, Chaldea will be directing all of our resources towards eliminating the Atlantic Lost Belt. And now, our preparations for that operation are complete. The Nautilus has been equipped with an ultra-long-range lens capable of observing outer space, and a record-breaking magecraft barrier from all of human history. The Shadow Border has been overhauled to such a significant degree that could almost be called a wholly new machine. Both the Nautilus and the Border have been outfitted with identical functionality in the unlikely event that one of them is scuttled. And Miss Kyrielite's round table has been infused with enough magical energy to summon a number of servants on site. My only regret is that we weren't able to finish an Ortonax replacement unit before circumstances forced our hand.
Oh, do not worry about that. I will continue to work on its design myself. There should already be enough materials for the reconstruction on board the Border. So as long as you are able to discover or otherwise procure a concept powerful enough to fill in for one of the bullets, I will be able to put the whole thing together in the time it takes you all to eat lunch. Right, both my ultra long-range sniper training and the Ortonax's transformation sequence have been cleared for action. If it needs to be deployed to give us an edge during a decisive battle, I promise I will wield it to the best of my ability. What's this about a transformation sequence? Now, just pretend you did not hear any of that. Besides, we still do not know if it will even be relevant here. Now then. As the command room officer who will be holding down the fort in your absence, I would once again like to give you my usual order to those of you on the field team. The situation has changed significantly. I will not say we do not have a minute to spare, but I will say that time is definitely not on our side. What is more, it looks like that the cause for our most recent key point of attack as well, the Atlantic Lost Belt. They will now put us in check before we had a chance to do the same to them. This is probably going to be longer than any battle you have fought to date, both in terms of number of enemies and the path you will need to take to reach your destination. Even a zero sail can only take you to the Lost Belt's outer edge, which in this case means there will be more distance between you and the Tree of Emptiness than ever before. So I urge you all to handle yourself even more cautiously and cool-headedly than you have been so far. In this Atlantic Lost Belt, the act of learning about its world may actually end up working against you. So I ask that you stay strong, and that you simultaneously be proud of your own latent potential. If you ever reach a point where you decide you cannot continue with the operation, feel free to come back here immediately. No, what am I saying? Now is not the time for pessimism. This is all my third process's fault. She has been incessantly insisting since yesterday that this simply cannot work. Alright, let us all go out there and take back our Earth. Field team, go ahead and board the border, starting with Master Baron Draco. Once I have confirmed that all your vitals agree, you are to untether the Nautilus from reality. From there, you will execute a zero sail, and this operation will commence in earnest. Order, Lost Belt number 5. Suborder, those who cross the Sea of Stars. Make sure you all give it everything you have, and I look forward to your safe return.
Oh, reading this is taking half an hour. Or no, it's taken an hour. Each of these sections are supposed to be like 7 minutes. It looks like this is as far as I go. I'm sorry, Dion.
Sansan! Ha! Come on, Dion. Do not let up for a moment. And don't worry about what might happen later. This is the only chance you've got. It bounced off. I can't believe how tough this armor is. He's not even using his noble phantasm. Noble phantasm, fleur de lis.
I see. A series of strikes made in tandem with a lily-based illusion.
It didn't even scratch him.
What a joke. It's over, proper human history. We've destroyed every last one of your nests.
He's not over yet. This started long ago, and it ended long ago.
Ah, you mean them? The Olympus Ultra Ego will deal with them. Did you think this would all be over once they arrived? There is no path forward for you. Any future you may have had is gone. You can submit to us and live, or oppose us and die. Which will it be, proper human history?
We will never submit.
I see. Then death it is. We found the ley line, sir. Good. This is the last one. Once we have used it to summon a servant, causing it to go dormant, we will destroy it completely. Our enemies should have known better than to give us time to prepare for their arrival. Now, we will ensure they have no chance whatsoever of defeating us. Without a catalyst, the only sort of heroic spirits that can be summoned here will only be the ones drawn to this place by sheer coincidence. But make sure you stand back all the same. We may end up summoning a berserker after all. Yes, sir! Hear me now, in the name of our great demiurge. Come forth from the circle of binding, guardian of the scales. Come forth and dedicate your life to Olympus, to this land brimming with the breath of the gods.
Where am I? Wait, who am I? Are you my master?
Yes, I am. From here on, you would dedicate your body, your life, and your skills to Olympus, down to your very last drop of blood. It is through this servitude that your life will have meaning.
What do you mean by that?
If this is beyond your comprehension, then your only task is to die. The steely man spoke quietly, but his words carried an unmistakable fury.
Yes, master. My life is yours to command.
The servant kneeled low, bowing their head before their new master. It was then that the man lost interest. All that mattered to him was that the servant was not an enemy. For his thoughts were already focused on the true enemy that lay before him. Chaldea, the invaders who would see our world destroyed. I would never let you reach Olympus. It is here in Atlantis that you will meet your end. None of you will escape. None of you will survive. I will slaughter you all where you stand. Prepare for battle. Meanwhile, a man and woman watch as a certain sea craft makes its way across the ocean.
Are they serious? Is that really all those fools that Chaldea brought to try to cross the sea? Oh, they're here? Where? Oh, that must be it. Wow, what an awesome ship. Although, I guess that is a little concerning. It's a beautiful ship, but it's way too small for these waters. Though it might have been too soon for them to make their move. Worst case, this battle might be over before it even began. I just hope they haven't let their victories over those other 4 Lost Belts go to their heads.
Well, that's harsh.
And here I thought I sensed you were firmly on Master of Chaldea's side. Hell yes I am. I can't help but go weak in the knees for Bail Draco. Aww. That's why I'm only a little concerned for him and his team. Looks like they're bound to have yet another rough start. You find that a happy turn of events? Even now, I cannot fathom how your mind works. It's because your love for dire predicaments? I swear, you're far more berserker than Saber. Well, of course I'm going to smile about this. I'm genuinely thrilled that they made it here. How about you? Do you not expect Chaldea to show up here now?
Well, I haven't ruled it out. How unfortunate it is how unfortunate that this is the worst possible scenario for them. At last, I'll finally get to see them lose.
Well, well, you certainly sound happy. Though you certainly don't look it. I can understand them having a hard time in Russia. It was their first Lost Belt, after all. I can accept their pathetic showing in Scandinavia, as that was a world too kind for its own good. I can turn a blind eye to their... I don't even know that word, wow. Raucousness in China, for that was a world too long without any manner of festivity. And I can concede that they had the right to be so self-righteous in India, for that was a clear-cut case of good and evil. No doubt it is owing to these experiences that the Chaldeans are likely thinking something along the lines of, the Atlantic Lost Belt may be a threat, but there must still be a way to overcome it. But they would be wrong. There is no problem here that needs to be solved. None. This Lost Belt is already perfected, and is actively moving ahead to the stage beyond proper human history. The Chaldeans shouldn't have come here with the intentions of defeating this Lost Belt. They especially shouldn't be trying to learn more about it. What are you trying to say? I'm saying that the coming to this Lost Belt with any intention other than its complete and utter annihilation is a terrible mistake. I can only hope that they realize the error of their ways before they're completely wiped out. Alternatively, well, no matter. I have my own work to do. How about you? If you like, I could take you to their ship right now. Oh, no thanks. I'm good. I'm just gonna go ahead and wait for them at the enemy's main base.
Did I misspeak? I thought it was clear that the Chaldeans are going about this now that they're going to end up dead.
Oh no, I understood you. I just don't agree. Sure, they might have suffered a horrific defeat and end up losing everything, but there will still be enough of them left to fight back. So in the meantime, I'm going to do what I'm best suited for, so that I may be ready to pass the torch to them once they finally, doggedly, make their way to the goal. I see. Then you can also see how this is going to end, albeit in your own way.
Very well then. Go on ahead to Olympus. If nothing else, the Chaldeans should make an excellent decoy.
Right? The gods can't tear their eyes away from them. So, on that note, guess this is goodbye, Chaldean. If I run into you again there...
You won't. This is the last time we will ever meet.
My eyes see no further trace of you once we go our separate ways here. Well, at least that ought to keep things nice and simple then. Hey, do me a favor and tell them I'll be waiting for them up ahead, okay? Thanks.
That fool. As if I ever would pass along such a message. That aside, I never would have thought she would make a trek to Olympus via consecutive drifting.
She truly is her own personal race-shift device.
Unfortunately, Chaldea, the same cannot be said of you, the rest of you. The insurmountable iron wall that is the fleet of the Olympus will rain shots down upon you like a meteor shower before you can even see them coming. And even if you somehow manage to get past that, you will then need to face the Nihilist god of the sea. Do you truly understand your position here, Barrow Dracula? You have no time to spare to learn about this lost belt. The moment you attempt to do so, or to get to know its cryptor, will be the moment your journey comes to an end. Your inconquerability has helped you prevail thus far, but you can't count on it forever. The Nautilus continues to make its way across the sea. After confronting, overcoming, and emerging triumphant against 4 lost belts, its crew prepares to face the 5th, and most formidable of all. Ancient ocean of the dreadnought gods, Atlantis, the day to bring down gods.
Damn! You cut the tension in here with a knife. This is finally it, Master.
Yeah. Come now, what's with the long faces? Given how obviously weak and pathetic the 6th and 7th lost belt appear to be, this is shaping up to be our decisive battle.
That's exactly it, Chubbs.
Come on, this tension's been making your sphincter tighten up as much as ours, right? That's right. That right there shows how little you actually know about the world of magecraft, kidney pie. I'll have you know that the tension I'm experiencing right now is nothing like all of yours. No, I am generally freaking out here, and I'll thank you not to lump me in with your everyday ordinary nerves. As far as mages go, Cataclysm Lupus was the bottom of the barrel. Every aspect of the boy, from his skill to his lineage, to his resolve, was truly, genuinely substandard. Ophelia... didn't remember what her last name was. Ophelia From Soline. Mystic eyes may have been menacing, but she was still just a girl with no killer instinct. Akuda Hinako was, well, her very existence may have been cheating the system, but she was never actually a mage. She doesn't count. I would put her in the same category as any extremely dangerous wild animal. As for Pepperoncino, on second thoughts, he's so slippery I don't even know how I would go about evaluating him. So let's just say he's the exception to the rule. My point is, Taria is on an entirely different level than the other cryptos. There is simply no comparison. Oh? Does that mean you've met him before? Perhaps at the Mage Association? Oh, please. Well, technically, I suppose we do come from equally distinguished families, but never mind that. Listen, the clock tower is where true geniuses come together. There, even mages with talents well beyond average are considered to be strictly ordinary. As such, simply being able to stand out there marks you as someone capable of changing the very world. Kirishtaria Woodime has been acclaimed as one of the brightest stars by the elite aristocrats of the Bartholomew faction, as well as the Democrats of the Trambellio faction, and even the staunch neutralists of the Melustea faction alike. Despite their differences, they all had equally high hopes that he would be the one rebuilding this world's deteriorating foundations of magecraft. They even thought he might have gone on to found a 13th department of study at the clock tower if he hadn't decided to join Chaldea.
Really? I had no idea Kirishtaria was so highly regarded in London. And yet you've never met him yourself, huh, Gordy?
Of course not. I was always cautious about who I reached out to there, after all. And Kirishtaria received no end of support from all of the other successors to nobility, young men who were obligated to carry on their family names. You see, anyone from a mage family, no matter how prestigious, would never dare disobey their fathers. For them, their fathers, some of whom are genuine monsters who have been alive for hundreds of years, are the most terrifying beings in existence. And yet, even in the face of those wicked old foxes from the previous era of magecraft, Kirishtaria was never afraid to speak his mind openly. My guess is that his confidence stemmed from the sheer superiority of his magical circuits. He had circuits that have helped him go his entire career without ever losing to anyone. He has always carried himself as though he were a king, as though he had been chosen by the gods. He would be both confident and idealistic, yet distinctly humane, despite being both cool-headed and ruthless. He set the top records in all sorts of fields at the clock tower, many of which remain unbroken to this day. I still remember feeling keenly aware of how talent and charisma are something you are either born with or you aren't, while peering over at him from behind a convenient pillar.
Oh yeah, I could see Double doing that. I bet he was tearing a handkerchief and glaring at him. The director is right. Kirishtaria was a bona fide genius who excelled at absolutely everything. It's true. My grown-up self has memory along those lines too. And they're telling me that while I definitely am an unparalleled genius in every human endeavor under the sun, Kirishtaria was an indomitable genius when it came to magecraft.
But I thought David was a genius.
Oh sure, he is too. Just of a different sort. Then again, those memories belong to my previous self who interacted with Team A, so I can't fully vouch for them. But I say that David's the type who can make the impossible possible, while Kirishtaria is the type who can master anything we know can be done. So while it's not like one type is necessarily better than the other, when it comes to being a leader, I'd rather have to say being able to put together a foolproof plan like Kirishtaria was the way to go.
Nevertheless, the fact remains that they are both peerless geniuses. I can't say I relish the thought of opposing either one of them.
You consider that again. Maybe if we're lucky, they'll underestimate us and let their guard down? I don't think we can count on that. Hestia always gave everything his full effort, even combat simulations. I remember it seemed to me like he had real aversion, a hatred almost, to selling for anything less than what he wanted.
A genius who refused to take the easy way out. Perhaps this means he was actually just a hard worker?
No, I wouldn't say that. According to Kalia's records, Hestia lived a perfectly ordinary life his time there. If anything, Kata worked harder than he did. He spent dozens of hours training for every one of Hestia.
Oh?
Anyway, that's pretty much all we have to go on. So I think that's enough Hestia speculation. We may not know exactly what we're up against, but wherever they throw at us, we'll be ready. We've used every last bit of magical energy resource we've accumulated to get to this point. Now, thanks to the Nautilus acting as the shallow borders our lair, crossing the ocean is the proverbial walk in the park. Not that this even comes close to what the Nautilus can really do.
I understand your disappointment, but I'm afraid the shallow border's safety is of paramount importance. Quite so. With all these manifold bounded field spells, the new engine that let us use magical energies to propel ourselves through water at high speeds, and the aeronaut phantasm, serving as our naval round, we should even be able to cross bodies of magma if we're so inclined.
Of course, the Nautilus and I have seen it all and can handle anything. And I would like to avoid damaging the ship if we can. Hello, this is Shion. Am I reading you loud? I am reading you loud and clear. I make sure that you all have as much food and drink as the board can possibly carry. This is, without exaggeration, the best we are able to do at this point. If we fail with all this going for us, I will never be able to look at you all in the eye again.
Oh, worry not. If we fail here, at least we won't have to concern ourselves with next year's budget. The smart thing to do now is to use everything we've got, and let the rest sort itself out later. Oh, I do hope we can find a ley line and summon more servants soon. As things stand now, we don't have nearly enough in the way of fighting forces. Come now, Gordolf. You know why that is just as well as any of us, given the battles we fought in the other Lost Belts. Thus far, summoning servants on site give us much better odds. Besides, Master Baron Draco can only form temporary contracts with so many servants. I'm afraid you'll just have to keep a stiff upper lip, as best as you can for now.
Okay, we're about to reach the storm wall. It might have been impenetrable for a shadow border prior to its upgrades, but now things are different. Activating imaginary aeronax phantasm. Lost belt phenomenon identified. Naval ram assimilation successful. Untethered from reality. Void-space drive penetration mode. Zero sail unfurl.
Sir, the lookout just reported a faint ripple at the Eastern 4, the White Wall. Of course, it could just be an underwater earthquake. Do you really think we would be seeing an oceanic earthquake now? No. It's almost certainly Chaldea. They may be arriving a little later than expected, but the plan otherwise remains the same. Assume they have succeeded at diving through the Eastern 4, and train your sights on their most likely emergence point. All hands and ships to the battle positions, and hurry up with the Lamia deployment. Yes, sir. Listen up. Do not treat these foes as you would typical rogue servants. Servants who have formed a contract with a master are stronger than you think. Do not for a moment think yourself above them. Let your guard down, and you will find yourself the hunted rather than the hunters. Yes, sir. Very well then. I'll leave this in your hands. Understood. The Echidna production is coming along extremely well. Who is this? Huh. Is it possible to manufacture those things?
Yes. Well, at least the prototypes.
Damn engineers. After all this time, you still haven't been able to complete them. Well, no matter. Send them in.
Yes, sir. Activating the Echidna.
Right away, sir. A creature that spits out monsters of the tremendous... A creature that spits out monsters in spite of the tremendous pain it causes. It is indeed the mother of life. This should have all manners of applications. Come on, move it! Go, go, go! Hoist the beam sails! Head for the target coordinates! Full speed ahead! The third fleet has arrived at the target coordinates. Lamias are now ready to deploy. Your orders, sir! Take them out.
Zero sail complete. Returning to reality space now. The outside ocean is ice cold. I hate to say it after we just arrived, but we already got our work cut out for us. All hands, let's keep a tighter grip on the situation. Then, blue-ringed octopus does its prey. We need to be able to respond at a moment's notice. Right. I was hoping we could wait a little longer until Shion finished reworking my equipment. But it looks like the circumstances won't allow for that. Nope. Our future is always just hanging on by a thread.
So, we're finally headed for the Atlantic. Just what sort of civilization could these people possibly have built there? I'm afraid that that's all but impossible to say at this point, given the fantastical nature of this world's history. All the more so given that we are dealing with a kind of nation that none of us have ever seen before. I expect the truth of the matter will be more difficult to pin down than a passing mugger. However, there is one thing I can say for certain. Greece is home to one of the most famous and influential mythologies in all the world. The gods of Mount Olympus. It is therefore highly likely that they have had a strong influence on this Lost Belt.
Atlantis is currently thriving much more than any Lost Belt on Earth. You can tell that from the fact that we can observe the Tree of Emptiness from just outside the storm wall, if only just. That means it has grown so large it is now impossible to cover up. It is hard to believe something so imposing could be so empty. I expect a tree like that will put up quite a fight indeed when it is finally time to cut it down. Alright, reality space established. Hull stable. We'll start to emerge once we confirm there are no hostiles nearby. And there are hospitals nearby. Hostiles detected. Abort servicing. Damn it. I can't believe how sharp their eyes are. Not only have they already seen us, they're headed straight for us.
What? You mean we're already under attack? What in the world are you doing, Captain?
They were waiting for us. They must have pinpointed our location in the time it took for us to establish reality space after the zero sail. What kind of observational equipment are they using? That is likely like throwing a stone into the ocean and tracking it down using nothing but the sound it made. I know we didn't make much of a peep. My diving is smoother than the slickest dolphins. The only thing they could have possibly spotted is the faintest ripples we made when we entered the Lost Belt. And to do that, they would have had to be continuously observing the entire storm wall without a moment's rest.
Never mind how this happened. Just get out of here, damn it! Manure, full reverse! Full reverse!
Wait! Don't take any evasive maneuvers just yet. Pull up the monitor and take a look at the surface. Hurry!
Why do they still have oars if they have beam sails?
What are those? How awesome! Those ships are using technology beyond any in our civilization, and a whole fleet at that.
Uh-oh.
What are you doing, Marines? I don't want to listen to Shion probably on either, but you can't just cut her off. Don't blame us, Captain. It's not our fault. Some sort of atmospheric interference has cut off our connection to Novum Caldia. Uh-oh. I've got a report to make too, Captain. It's not just enemy ships. I'm picking up a servant out there on the waters too. The one we really didn't want to run into. Heh. About time you Chaldeans credits got here. Now I'm going to murder the absolute shit out of you before making me wait all this time.
Canis, the Divine Spirit. She's here along with the entire fleet. What are you lot waiting for? Get the hell out of here now! We don't have any other options.
A transmission? Is it Shion? No, it's not.
Attention enemy vessels from Caldia. Attention enemy vessels from Caldia. Requesting live communication. Over. A transmission.
Does this mean their civilization has advanced to the point where they develop long-range communications as well, even if only ones that use magical energy? I'm going to pick up, Bear Draco. Okay, you're on.
This is Gordov Musik, commander of the Shadow Border, speaking on behalf of Novum Caldia. I am Odysseus, commander of the Olympus Defensive Forces. What? I am contacting you with your first and only warning. We have come to kill you. There will be no surrender, no offers of amnesty, and no negotiations. We will not stop until we have confirmed that every last one of you is dead.
Eep.
The pressure is so intense he can't even get a word out. This communication is terminated, as you will be shortly. So we can't even attempt to speak. So we can't even attempt to talk things out in an effort to maintain the status quo. The situation could not be worse.
We'll just have to make an escape. There's no way we can possibly defeat Canis at sea. Engineer, grab a salt flick. I'm gonna crank the engine as high as I can go. What was that? You want to run by me again, you cat bastard? What kind of predicament did you get my poor little ship into? When this is over, I'm gonna kick your ass so hard you'll taste nothing but shoe leather for a week. Alright guys, I'm taking the safety valve off the twin wheel. All 4 compartments now running simultaneously. 30 seconds until we are at full battle speed. Do we have 30 seconds? Holmes! Manure! Set course from minus 1200 seconds. We're going to dive back once the engine hits critical.
Yes, I'm well aware. Preparing for zero sail now. Throw the poor prototype at them. We'll move to cut them off while it keeps them busy. Yes, sir.
Opening cage and inputting targets. Injecting Theos Cleronomia. Go, go, go!
It's still not enough. Canis, you go too.
You gotta tell me. No way I'm letting them get away. I'm gonna make them all wish they'd never been born. Especially that little runt.
I see. That vessel of theirs smells of Triton. They do say the sins of the parents are visited upon the child. Though why Poseidon would bother to create such a dull familial bond is beyond me.
I'm getting something on the sonar. Hostile contact. Closing fast. Crap. It's going to intercept us before we can zero sail. If we get hit now, the Nautilus's whole outer layer will be completely shattered. Abort zero sail. Change the spells over to physical defense. Da Vinci, give me an escape route. Our only hope is to smash through this dragnet.
What about us, Captain?
You head out with MASH and hold back that servant on the surface. If Canis makes it inside the ship, we'll all be well and truly done for. I'll solidify the wire near the Nautilus so we can use it as a foothold. Hopefully that'll be enough. Understood. Master.
Let's go.
Roger that. Surfacing now. Opening the hatch. What the hell is that?
It's a completely new type of enemy. It doesn't match anything in our records. I would normally encourage you to approach it with caution, but I'm afraid we simply don't have the time. Those outer ships are making their way here as we speak. If we take too long, they'll have us completely trapped.
Right. I'll be as careful as I can. Engaging now. Awaiting your orders, Master.
What is that thing? And how is it so absurdly strong?
I can't get a read on it. Our scans are being deflected or something. All of its stats are showing up as unknown. If our instruments can't even measure it, I think it might be a divine beast. It's too damn strong. I'm going to release my Nova Phantasm. Get ready, engineer. Are you nuts? Why would you use our trump card right now, you moron? Fine. We're good to go at any time. Do it. And if you die from this, I'm taking over as lead Nemo. Swapping Great Ram over to impact form. Holmes.
I'm on it. Go ahead and give it your all.
Run through it. Great Ram Nautilus. Good. The ram struck it dead on. But it's still alive. Damn it.
Yes, but you did manage to slow it down. Now there's a chance to escape. Both of you, get back here on the double.
I'm so sorry I wasn't able to defeat it.
No need for apologies. In terms of pure destructive power and durability, that thing is easily on par with the highest rank of servant. Right now, we just need to get away as far as we possibly— Hold it right there! Magnify! Dear God. What in the blue blazes is that thing?
Holy cow! These magical energy readings are off the charts! No, wait. It's not the readings themselves. It's the sheer numbers of fluctuations I'm seeing. That thing is fluctuating fast enough to turn a human into a mummy and back again in a blink of an eye.
There appears to be something moving about in its abdominal region. It would appear to be Lamias and Chimeras, fully grown to boot.
You mean it's birthing monsters? What the actual hell? How?
What's more, it's doing so at great speed. It would seem we are dealing with the mother of all monsters, in a very literal sense. Now the monsters and birds are heading our way.
Master!
Let's do this, Mash.
Right. There, we got a lull between the waves. Now's our chance. I know. We'll begin evasive maneuvers as soon as we collect you. We'll make our way through any creatures we can't avoid with the naval ram and anti-submarine net cutters. Forget that, Captain. We gotta get out of here now before she gets here. There, above us.
That's just dance.
Mash! I'm okay. Although, that one blow was so powerful.
Who are you?
Why do I gotta bother telling you my name now? Besides, we're a strange pleasantry in Scandinavia. And then again, I'm enjoying that terrified look on your face. So why not? You wanna know who I am? Fine, you've got it. My name is Canis, a divine spirit. I am the lightning that tears the shitty ocean apart. I'm also Curious Taria's Woodine servant, and the envoy who's going to end every last one of you. But hey, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be mean. I'm actually real happy that I get to see you a lot like this. Between Russia, Scandinavia, China, and India, I figured you would have died way before getting here. Hell, I was so sure that I had already put you out of my mind. But then you show up like a pack of morons you are, flying by the seat of your pants. Now I know what it feels like to bust a gut laughing. You're gonna be worth destroying just as much as that fake-ass Triton. So hey, take your pick. What'll it be? Skewered alive, or torn limb from limb? Either one's fine by me. All I want to hear is you scream for mercy.
Scry for mercy, wow.
Oh? What the frickin' nerd herd doing out here? How about you go back to your calculators and shit? And just leave the fighting to the grown-ups, huh?
Well, I would love to do just that. I'm afraid that a few extra hands would be necessary to deal with a divine spirit. The name's Sherlock Holmes. I'm afraid I missed my chance to say hello back in Scandinavia, so here I am now to make up for my lack of manners.
That's so? Well, I like that you mind your manners. At least in the sense that you don't piss me the hell off. On the other hand, I can't stand the whole prim and proper shit. So I think I'll split the difference and rip your guts out first. Did you really think a couple of human heroic spirits could even stand a chance against me? I'll show you what happens when trash like you picks a fight with a god. I've had to take a lot of weak-ass noble phantasms to the face before, but yours is by far the most irritating.
Holmes! None of our attacks worked. Is this due to Canis' noble phantasm? Or perhaps a type of authority? Perhaps Captain was right. It may not be possible to so much as scratch Canis at sea, or rather on the Greek god's own ocean.
Yeah, that's right. I'm immortal when I'm out on the sea. That's just how I'm made. I didn't ask for that though. You would thank that piece of shit Poseidon for it. I would have been fine with just my lightning. Anyway. Time's up. I'll say this for you, Scrawny. At least you know how to defend yourself. Alright, I'm gonna pull back. Just like Odysseus planned. I was looking forward to being the master of Chaldea and that fake-ass Triton to death with my bare hands. But not enough to risk my own life. Later, Chaldea. I'll be nice and at least make sure you die a painless death. Canis has retreated.
I've got a very bad feeling about this. Return to the Nautilus. Oof.
Are you okay, Mr. Holmes?
Oh, I'll be alright. I feel slightly better than I did after my encounter with Sigurd, after all. Then again, I suppose I'm only able to handle Canis' spear thanks to my experience against his demonic sword. At any rate, finding a way out of this situation is still our most urgent priority. Let's hurry on to the cockpit. I don't know why Canis fell back, but I sincerely doubt it was to give us time to rest.
We're back. Good. All crew members have returned safely. Submerging Nautilus now. The Nautilus is safely underwater. Hopefully this will buy us some time.
Damn you, Kiristaria! Wasn't that strange demonic beast enough? Did you really have to sick Canis on us too? It's just so childish to be so over-prepared for our arrival.
Gordy, I'm not sure childish is the right word. I mean, that was pretty much the opposite of playing around.
Yes, good point. But never mind that now. We need to focus on getting out here. Getting out of here. Are we still not ready to zero sail?
Between the unidentified demonic beast attacks and the damage Canis' lightning did to the armor, repairs are going to take some time. If we try to zero sail now, we all be crushed to a pulp under the pressure of void space. And since we don't want that happening, we just have to find another way out of these waters. The stone is going nuts! A whole bunch of things are hair away! Crap! Are those death charges? No, wait! They're creatures! There's what looks to be a ton of living things! Something's headed our way from the surface! Shit! They're gonna collide with us at 90 knots! What a living thing could possibly move that fast? I finished analyzing them. I think they're probably lamias. Evasive maneuvers. All hands. Brace, brace, brace! Oh man, this is really bad. They punctured section 2. We're starting to take on water. I'll seal it up once the crew is out there. 3, 2, 1. There, it's sealed. What the hell? I know they were living creatures. So where that death charge come from? This is Hatch Lookout. I'm hearing something strange. Oh man. I think they're trying to pry open. Sonar, reporting in. I'm seeing tons of ship on the surface, both ahead and behind us. There must be at least 50 of them. We can't possibly break through so many. Engines, all ahead. Flank speed. Shake off the creatures that are trying to pry open the hatch. Roger that. Flank speed. Eep.
What do we do? I don't want to die out here.
Don't even dare to breathe. That strange sound coming from the hatch stopped. Did we lose them? No, I don't think we did. Though I can't say I'm surprised.
What's going on? Can't we just make a run for it now?
We're surrounded. They knew exactly what we were going to do.
They played us like a damn fiddle! Proceeding to Phase 3. Activate the lamias we built on the seabed. Once they secure the target, we'll immediately...
There's nowhere left to go. The sea is usually a free world of freedom. I've never felt so restrained here before. Uh-oh! I'm getting something on the sonar again! Now we got hostiles coming from the seabed! They're pretty much the same as the ones before.
What's that, another depth charge?
No, sir! That sounded more like some sort of metallic grinding. Engine status? Are they still functioning? No, sir. They're all tangled up in something. We can't move so much as a Samir. We can't cut it off with the anti-submarine net cutters either. The only way we can get it off is for someone to go out there. Doesn't mean that they're going to crush us to death. Wouldn't it be better to dash it all and risk the zero sail? We still need a little bit longer to prepare for that. They're not giving us any time at all to react. Once they're cornered, the only option they'll have left is the zero sail. That means there's still a chance they could escape if we continue to attack them with ordinary means. Therefore, we need to give them a salve of heaven, so that there can be no room for miracles or coincidences. All ships, make sure you follow my command to the letter. Anyone caught retreating will be punished severely. Yes, sir! Ah. What? What is it? What's the matter now? Is that a high energy signature coming from orbital space? We should have an ultra long range lens now, thanks to Xion, right? Use that to zoom in as close as you can. Roger. Activating ultra long range lens now. Zooming in to 1600,000 meters, 32,000 meters, 64,000 meters, 120,000 meters, 240,000 meters, 500,000 meters. Whoa! There's something there! Pointing up on the monitor now. What? Is that really a spaceship? I presume this is orbiting directly above us at this moment? That's what it looks like. What is that? What in the ever-loving blazes is that? I thought the Lost Belts were supposed to be places where human history sold out. How can they have a spaceship that looks like something our top scientists could only have dreamed about? We must have been able to get... We might have been able to gather more information about it if we still had our connection to Xion. But at a glance, it looks like it's more advanced than anything in our own world. Master? What's wrong? We're all going to die. Die? Ah. Enormous spaceships hang suspended in the hazy darkness of space. Hostile entity detected. Authenticating request confirmed. Verifying target coordinates via ground level ether sonar. Readying cannon to fire on target location. Antoli Octoa Tria. We'll never be able to evade this by conventional means. Professor, allocate all resources towards maximizing defense. Understood. Activating bounded field spells. Authorizing code L, New Moon. Activating bounded field spells 1 through 60, and spatial distortion spell up to maximum depth. Good, but don't fall behind on the zero sail preparations either. Here it comes! Dispatching interstellar cannon evacuation alert.
Firing energy charge in 3, 2, 1. Shooting star. Ortigia. The light converged on a single point, transforming into an enormous arrow. No, it wouldn't be fit calling it an arrow. This was a weapon designed to shoot down intergalactic vessels. A weapon created to tear through entire planets. An anti-planet noble phantasm. Now, its light streaks down towards a single submarine, the Nautilus.
Battlefield spells 1 through 60 have been destroyed. The spatial distortion spell has already been eroded to 2% capacity. Time for the distortion to repair itself. 5 seconds. The spell isn't going to hold. Initiate zero sail.
Captain, we can't. If you try to sail, try in this state. It's a hit! The Chaldean ship has been completely vaporized. Too bad for the guys who had to keep them surrounded. A necessary sacrifice. We couldn't give them time to fall back. Shall we go home now, sir? No, not yet. We're going to check the target area for any remains. Are you sure, sir? There's not so much as a scrap left of them. And that's a reason not to look, because... Yes, sir. I'm sorry, sir. We'll start searching the area right away. This is why we paid the... Is this why he paid the Foxwoman such an exorbitant price for that shadow border analysis? Because he foresaw this turn of events. Oh, damn it. That light I saw at the end. Okay. That took 2 hours of reading. Whoops. Impossibly miraculous. Whoa, that was amazing! There'd been a booming sound and a blinding flash of light, the kind you'd expect at the end of the world. I'd heard rumors about the goddess' hammer of justice, but I'd never seen... Where are we? I'd never seen it for myself before. You could feel the sheer destructive power just from the storm that blew onto the beach. I had my reason for paying the beach a visit, but I was also just little bit curious. I did think that I'd be able to help somehow if anything had washed up on shore, but I hadn't really thought about it any further than that. I definitely didn't expect to run into any survivors. I mean, the whole idea that anything could survive that just seemed laughable. After all, the whole point of the god's punishment was to wipe his target completely out of existence. Which is why... Huh? Which is why it was so tragic to see that lone, frail-looking person washed up on the beach. Because I was the only one there who had any hope of saving him. What just... Oh. I can't breathe. Whoa. Hey, are you okay? Are you alive? Are you still breathing? Oh no, you aren't, are you? There's something stuck in your windpipe. Oh.
Let's see, I think for a choking victim, you're supposed to get behind them, put pressure on their abdomen. 1, 2, 3. Oh, you're awake. Thank goodness. Are you alright? Have you come to your senses? Can you see me okay? Oh, thank goodness. Thank goodness, thank goodness, thank goodness. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just so happy I could cry. Wait, no, I am crying.
You are? Why?
I'm so sorry. This is my first time saving someone's life, so... Foe!
Foe, it's you!
Oh, so this little guy's name is Foe? Is he your pet?
I guess I would say he's more of a friend.
Foe!
What? Why would you have a problem with that?
You're funny. Wait, you wouldn't happen to be a master, would you?
Are you a servant?
Why, yes! Yes, I am. Oh, right. I still haven't introduced myself, have I? My name's Charlotte. Charlotte Cordy. I'm probably extremely minor as far as heroic spirits go, so I won't blame you if you haven't heard of me.
Don't worry, I know who you are.
Oh, well, thank you. Although, if I'm being honest, having the reputation I do is actually sort of embarrassing. I really wish I'd left a more flattering legend of myself behind when I died. But never mind that. What brings you all the way out to a place like this, anyway?
Well...
Now I get it. Yes, it all makes sense. This must be what I was summoned for. I've been wondering what I'm supposed to do here ever since I materialized here. So now that I know, I promise I'll do whatever I can to help.
What, then that mean...
Yes! I may be stupid, useless, and good for absolutely nothing, but I promise I'll do the best I can in spite of all that. Oh. Aw, you're very cute, aren't you, Foe? So, what exactly is he? Anyway, some kind of squirrel?
So, this is an enemy of humanity.
I was summoned here about a month ago. But it wasn't long before I realized that, well, I can't actually do anything on my own.
Really? Nothing at all?
Yes, really. And it's not because I'm an assassin or anything. I'm just genuinely helpless. But I have a good feeling about this. I think I'm finally going to get to be helpful. I'll certainly do my very best. Anyway, I suppose the first order of business is probably tracking down all your other companions. So while we're doing that, I'll tell you everything I know about Atlantis.
That'd be great, thanks.
Of course. So this island we're on now is called Hestia, after one of the gods of Olympus. There's a village here where some humans live, and another servant lives on the island as well.
Another servant?
Yes, he calls himself the Courier. I still don't know his true name, but he's the only one who brought me here on a ship.
A ship, huh?
By the way, Barrow Draco, I'm afraid I have some bad news.
What's that?
I actually have no idea where we are right now, either. Now, where was that village again?
Foe? I wonder where we are now.
Oh. I'm sorry. Now that I think of it, losing my way was how I ended up at the beach earlier too.
Why did you lose your way?
Well... Foul!
Shh. Brr. A demonic beast.
I'm afraid I have some more bad news now. I lost my way earlier because I was running away from that demonic beast.
Huh?
There's no way we can beat it! Run away! Foul!
Oh crap, it's gaining on us!
Baron Draco!
Cordry!
Please, run for it. I'll hold it off as best as I can. I promised myself I'd be useful this time.
This time?
Here goes nothing.
Alright, Soul Bell. Let's see how well this goes with the default Lost Belt suit.
頑張りますよマスター見ていてくださいね
Okay. Increase arts effectiveness, critical strength, or NP strength randomly. That's not helpful. Ignore invincible, increase attack for 1 turn, gain debuff resist, and this is increase death success rate and apply to evade 2 times for 3 turns. So it's not gonna go away after 1 turn anyways. No Phantasm does remove evade and deal significant defense ignoring damage and medium chance to inflict death on a single enemy. Alright, so I guess we just try to charge our MP?
それそれそれドーンえいやった
I am very
やっちゃい
concerned.
ます12のドーン
Ah. That's defense debuff, that's not helpful.
ええ了解でええええドーンドーンえいやったやっちゃいます
I probably should have gone for
12の
quick arts quick, honestly. Okay.
殺しますね天使さんお願いします
MP strength up, so that works out. What's this one again? Increased attack.
頑張りましょ
Okay, either I kill it this turn or I die. Because how bad the
う
poison damage is.
了解です
Alright, come on, let's go. Man, I really should have
私
gone
は世
quick.
界を動かせずけれど世界は私を鈍らせるラ・レーブ・ア
Hey,
ーソ
death!
リー
Nice. We're completely surrounded.
No, I won't give up yet.
Huh?
Foul?
Is it raining on them? Having a body can be a real pain sometimes. No, wait. Something's not right here. Why do I even have to do this anyway? I mean, I'm a servant for Petro's sake. Oh. Oh, maybe it's because my name originally meant one who discharges water. Oh, that must be it. Whoever thought that was a good name for anybody?
Foe. Does that mean that the water falling on the demonic beast's head is actually...
Please no.
Foe.
What's that? Did I get on somebody? Sorry about that. Hang on, I'll be right down. Hup. Sorry again. Didn't mean to involve you guys in my little bit of fun. So, who did I get it on?
Not me. I literally couldn't live with myself if it had.
Guess that means you guys were unlucky winners then. Haha, my bad. Ugh, gross. Stay away from me.
But you were the one who... I'm sorry. This is all a little bit too much for me.
Oh. There we go. A nice solid hit. Hey there. I don't know who you are, but you're lucky I found you when I did. Thank you for saving us. Gotta be polite. Well, aren't you polite? Nice to see you know your manners. As for the pretty young lady, you a servant?
Yes, I am. And I take it you are as well?
Sure am. I think this calls for a toast to our faithful encounter. Just, wash your hands first.
Foe! I agree. Cleanliness comes first.
Alright, I hear ya. Man, what a pain. Okay, let's try that again. This means I saved your lives, yeah? Well, I guess. Technically. Yikes. I must have made an even worse first impression than I thought.
Your entrance was a little... okay, incredibly off-putting. But I suppose we wouldn't be here right now if not for you, so thank you for that.
So beautiful. Say, now that I've washed my hands, maybe it'd be alright if I held yours?
No, I think I'll pass on that, thanks. We still don't know each other's names, after all, so I think it's much too early for anything like hand-holding.
Ouch! Rejected with cold, hard logic. Well, that's just sad. Okay then, this sounds like introductions are in order. I'm Orion, the Tri-Star Hunter. What a bear of a man.
Oh,
Are you for real? Oh? Now I gotcha. So you've met me before then? Well, yes. And no. What's that supposed to mean? Anyway, you are?
Charlotte Cordry.
Oh, I see.
It's okay if you never heard of me. I'm a very minor figure as heroic spirits go.
Sorry about that.
I'm so sorry, Baron Draco. I wasn't able to be useful after all. If Orion hasn't showed up, who knows what would have become of us.
What do you mean? You saved our lives.
Huh? But I couldn't even defeat a single demonic beast.
I'm sure we killed one. Don't be ridiculous. I'd never been able to save... I'd never have been able to save you guys if you hadn't hung in there like you did.
Oh. I see. Then, I was useful after all. That's wonderful. That means I can die now.
Where'd that come from?
Oh, sorry. I misspoke. What I meant to say was, I'm so honored that I can now die happy, a happy servant. Being able to help humanity is a dream come true for me. I can almost feel myself disappearing as we speak.
Well, don't, okay? I mean it!
Fofo? Oh, I get it. You're actually egging me on, aren't you?
Not even close. Actually, hold on. Something's still not adding up. Let's see. You're not an Atlantean, right? And you're a servant? What's going on here? Now I see. So you're a master. Oh, don't worry. I can promise you, with absolute certainty, that I am a servant from proper human history. So, if you're here, does that mean you came to set this lost belt right? I guess so? Not exactly brimming with confidence, are you? So, I'm guessing from the way you're looking at me that you'd like me to help you. But I can't. Oh? Too much hassle.
Is that really your reason?
Man, you're a real Downey Thomas, aren't you? Yes, that's the reason.
You can't be serious. You must be 1,000 times more useful than I could ever hope to be, so why won't you agree to help?
Well, let's just say I've got my reasons.
Now that's a sulk if I ever seen one.
Oh, that cute pouty face.
Alright then, I suppose this is where we go our separate ways. Come on, Barrow Draco. We'll never find the village if we keep wasting our time here. Let's just get going.
Does she know the village is in the opposite direction?
Gardry, wait! Oh, right. I almost forgotten we were lost. Orion, will you take us there, please?
Didn't you just say we're going our separate ways? I'm just pulling your leg. Come on, follow me. Oh, and just so you know, it's over a day's walk from here. So we'll have to make camp at some point.
Really? Oh my gosh. I must have been even less attentive than I realized. I had no idea I'd gone so far.
Well, don't worry. I promise I'll at least get you to the village safe and sound. That'd be great. Thank you. So, let me ask you this. How much do you guys know about this lost belt?
I know it's Curistaria's domain.
Yeah? I can't say I know anyone by that name. But I've heard there's someone called a Cryptor staying at Olympus.
And I guess I only really know that the weather is very mild and pleasant here. Oh, and the Atlanteans. Besides that, there are powerful demonic beasts here who are much stronger than I am.
Powerful demonic beasts? Yeah, I guess. But it's nothing that'll get in the way of life on this island. In that sense, it's nice and peaceful around here. I hope your friends are still alive. They are. Well, great. Glad to hear it. With an attitude like that, I think you'll get by just fine. So hey, I've got a question for you. A real serious one. So I want you to look me right in the eye and answer it as truthfully as you can.
Oh? Okay.
This Kalia place you're from. Does it have any cute girls? Pretty ladies? Women I can hit on without it being a problem? Foe? Oh, it's okay if they're already married. That sort of thing was totally cool in ancient Greece. Sorry, but I really, really don't want to get on Artemis's bad side. Can't blame me for that! Wait, does that mean you and I have met before? In that case, I'm sure you've seen how terrifying she can be for yourself. But you don't have to worry about her right now.
Is this really that important of a question?
It is for me!
I see. I suppose having been raised in an abbey, I cannot understand an issue like this.
Anyway, we better call it a night. Got an early morning ahead of us tomorrow. Go ahead and get some sleep.
Foe.
Good night, foe. There we go. Out like a light. Sweet dreams, Barrel Draco. I'll be around to help you out for at least a little while. You ready, Charlotte?
As ready as I'll ever be. Oh, and please call me by my last name.
You got it. Alright, you lot, keep it down, so you don't wake up Barrel Draco. And I'll make your deaths quick and painless. I'm pretty bummed out, because Super Orion was actually one of the Grand Servants I wanted to have, but I just didn't get him. Okay, so what's he got? Star rate up. Oh, start gather rate up. Apply status. Greatly increase trio strength for 1 turn before dealing damage with buster cards for yourself. 3 times, 3 turns. And then he has a Guts. Guts for 3 turns. To increase attack for 3 turns. And gain crit stars. And increase buster effectiveness for 1 turn. Apply special attack Wild Beast and Demonic Beast for 1 turn. This isn't actually like a super good starting hand.
Hoi hoi! Hey yo! Hoi hoi!
Dear God, the extra attack! He gained so much! Oh, nice, and we got double buster cards. Right, let's go all out. Okay, let's... Okay, we can kill 2 of them this turn. We should be able to kill 2 of them. Oh my god, 100k crit. By himself.
我が宿命月女神に恋願う肉体に合力を精神に冷徹をアルテミスアグネス解放
Man, I really love Super Orion's NP. I really want to get him.
はいよっとはいよ
了解です
Seriously, 80% didn't hit crit. What you gotta do this to me? Alright, that takes care of that.
Foe.
Oh hey, didn't know you were still up, Furball.
Foe.
I know that expression. You're wondering why I'm not helping out, aren't you?
I am too, honestly. I mean, the best I can do in battle like this, like that, is slow everyone else down.
Well, it's complicated. The truth is, I really do want to help. I just need to agonize over it a little longer. I've never had to deal with anything like this before. I might not look it, but I've actually got a lot on my mind. Atlantis is awesome.
There's no war, and nobody wants for anything. The only thing most people have to worry about is the demonic beast. But there's just one part I just can't tolerate. Knock it off! She's not an enemy. Who? Get lost! I don't feel like talking right now. Wait, that Artemis? I see a ring. Who was that? I guess I have to say she was my ex-girlfriend? Wait, what? But even though we broke up, we're still not exactly estranged? What? Anyway, that's how it is. I appreciate it if you could keep this between us. Well, if you insist on how it is, I certainly don't know enough about that sort of thing to say otherwise. You don't? No, I don't. Is that odd? Well, I guess that's okay. Good. Anyway, it doesn't look like any more demonic beasts will be bothering us. So I'm going to stay close to Baron Draco. Okay, I'm going to call it a day there. Because it is getting late for me. So tomorrow we'll continue this too, and then hopefully we get farther than the prologue. It looks like we're getting to more fights, but a lot of them are story based. I'm not sure how long it's going to take before we can actually use all my grands. Before I end off, I do want to like show off, like I am just going to do grand with Mash. Because I got the Grand Lancer, Grand Caster, Grand Assassin, and Mash. And I don't have Super Orion, but I do have a couple friends who have it, so I can use him, use that as support. Alright, so until then, thank you everyone who joined me today, and I will see you all next time. Bye bye!